What up, world? It's your boy Sky, broadcasting live, following up with another video. You know, this video is about honestly what's resonating throughout my spirit and what a lot of people are thinking about but aren't talking about. All right, well, first things first, honestly, is like what just happened. You know what I'm saying? In life, like all these years we're put in school for what? You know, like and it's gone now. You know what I mean? That time has already passed. It's in the past. It's gone. But like, why is it like that in the first place? To like finally come out of that and change our ways and see things from a different perspective. I'm like, why is there even a system in the first place? And for those who can understand, thank you. High five through the screen. High five, high five, high five. And for those who don't, well, keep in mind, we have money for all this stuff, but we don't have money for the poor people. And I'm establishing myself financially. It's very difficult, to be honest, every day, barely keeping our heads above water in the desires of amazing financial abundance and financial freedom. I am moving my way towards there and desiring this financial freedom and growth and peace, very much so. And currently, I'm grateful for what I do have, and that's that. And on continuation of that, I'm saying, who created money? Why do we have money, Especially when we go vegan, plant-based and whatnot, we see the world in a completely newer way, because it's a process. And I'm like, because it improves our health, you know what I'm saying? If being vegan is the best health investment we can make, because this is what we're naturally created to consume, to have in our system, to nourish ourselves. Have you ever noticed that whenever we were children in elementary school, middle school, even high school, whatever age, we always had a natural inclination to want to go play outside, to go on the playground for recess. Here in the schools I was in, it was called recess. Like you go to school, and then throughout the middle of the day, we eat lunch, and then after eating lunch, we have a period of time where we're just outside, playing basketball, football, soccer, frisbee, tag, all the jungle gym, everything, all types, jump rope, the list goes on, all types of amazing fun activities from us, and I like that a lot because it was a great sense of freedom. The sun's out, we're getting the sun rays, we feel alive. We're not stuck in a cold, closed off school building, to, just sit and, read stuff that quite honestly doesn't serve us, whatever happened to our own unique freedom. You know what I mean? That's why I ask questions about a lot of this stuff. Because it's like, it was a bunch of programs, a handed formula for us, whatever happened to our own unique, natural formula that we desire intrinsically, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm coming with that. All those years are gone, and they're never coming back. It is what it is, you know. That's really the best I can say, but what I can say though is like my new perspective is like, wow, I don't know the whole story of everything, of creation, of universe, of earth, God, all that stuff, but I do have some reasoning, that perhaps us coming from Lucy, the African gene is a monkey, in Ethiopia. And I resonate with that, to be honest. I resonate with that very well, because imagine, just imagine yourself, people who actually vibe with this, thanks for tuning in. So I'm saying, imagine, imagine our mind is completely clean, of no, like we don't even know what money is. Money is not even created. There's no such thing as any type of vehicle, cars, boats, you know, trucks, trains, none of that. We're taking it back to ancient, prehistoric, esoteric times, before cell phones, before iPads, before any type of car, truck, vehicle, any type of, any of that stuff. Just I'm stripping it all the way down to nature, what I'm saying, where it's just the earth, the earth and the elements from the earth. No concrete roads, no sirens, no news, none of that stuff. No government, no rules, no laws, no weapons, no guns, no prostitution, none of that stuff. I'm bringing it to ancient, prehistoric, esoteric days, when it's literally just the earth. And it's hard for us to imagine that because our current reality, I'm looking out into a parking lot of cars and I hear in my left ear, I hear someone's car being towed by a tow truck, But I do hear the birds tweeting, But anyways, break it down to those beginning days. Do your best to imagine that. Imagine what that would feel like, being out in a village, a natural environment. Some people go to Costa Rica, some people go to different, natural locations. I'm just speaking of, I'm a brother who's here in the city, and being out here in the city, sometimes it's hard to really get to that peace. Even though it's possible, we can meditate, just sitting out here breathing, or just sitting in our room chilling, shutting off the world. And that's why it's amazing for us even to go to, go hiking to the mountains, traveling to different locations to where it is, in a rural area, a countryside, natural, environmental space, away from the big city. So anyways, I'm breaking it down to where it's like that around the whole world, where it's not just different parts of the world only are away from like this modern concrete jungle type of approach, big city stuff. Okay, so we're bringing it down to just nature, Gaia, before any of this stuff, where it's just the earth. Okay, imagine how we proceed with life. All we're gonna see is green, alkaline stuff, herbs, spices. We're gonna see green trees, grass, herbs everywhere, clean water, a rainforest, waterfalls. You know what I mean? We're gonna see a bunch of that stuff. The sun is out, there's no pollution, no chemtrails, there's no worries about cell phones and phone numbers and, all of these newspaper advertisements and email spams and all these people on social media. There is no social media. There's none of that stuff at all. So, imagine deleting your whole life right now and just putting yourself in a jungle or in some natural environment like that, a desert, whatever you want to call it, mountains, all that stuff. And imagine living there is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? There's no phones, none of that stuff. And I'm saying, it's not like you lost it. My approach is saying, imagine just life then, how would you proceed? And that's the natural way, honestly. To be honest, even wearing these t-shirts, socks, shoes, all that stuff has been brought upon us throughout time, because in the beginning, to be honest, imagine being in a hot, alkaline environment. And I support the theory, the knowing, the belief, the evidence of Lucy, coming from Africa, Ethiopia. It's a monkey, African gene, and how we stem from that. And why I say that? Because check this out. I love being out in the sunshine. I love when there are no clouds in the sky. I love when I have the freedom. I love having the freedom of being out in the sunshine with no clouds in the sky, with no worries about having to do this, do that, or go here, go there, just to literally enjoy a day to myself, as simple as it is, out in, by the poolside, amongst the trees and birds, at the park, even here on the steps, sitting on the steps or on the chair out here. But I love that in general, just the sunshine. Even walking, but I love just being out in the sunshine a lot. I love it a lot. I desire to enjoy it a lot. And I am removing the phrase "I wish," honestly. The more and more I'm more aware and conscious of me preventing that from coming from my being, I'm improving my awareness of that. But anyways, I love that, because it helps. And it's the most natural, amazing feeling, to be honest, that. And then you put things together, you're like, wow, imagine being out in a natural tropical climate, such as being in Africa in prehistoric times where there's no such thing as wars and money and, government, and none of this stuff existed. I'm taking them back to ancient tribal days where, we didn't have clothes. We made our clothes from the elements, We didn't have a lighter from the gas station. We sparked our own fire. You know what I mean? We didn't have to have a paper document and go to a courthouse for a legal wedding marriage license. We just knew what love was, love is, and creation too. And that was it, It's a tribe, you know what I'm saying? You gotta see it in a tribal way, a tribal way. Call it caveman, call it whatever you wanna make fun of it or be funny around with it. I'm being real about it, break it down to tribal days, like visualize, imagine those days. It's amazing. Imagine a waterfall and having an abundance of fresh, clean water to drink, to, bathe, all that stuff. Imagine that. Imagine a whole field of herbs there given by God to us. No type of police, no type of sirens, no type of, dispensary, no type of, 10 a G. You know what I mean? It was just a big field where literally we can jump into the field and do roly-polies around in the field because all of it is ours for free. Imagine mangoes hanging from the trees and we're able to get the mangoes for free. Coconuts from the trees for free. Strawberries, grapes for free. You know what I mean? Imagine that. And imagine just living that way, being. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing to move towards. Like, when you're just being, you're doing your natural inclination. That's what all of us are designed to do, is to be. You know what I mean? And that's why sometimes I've shown frustration and anger a lot, especially on this last 2 year part of my journey of incorporating a vegan approach to life. Like, the world is a big illusion stage. You know, a car is an illusion. Work is an illusion. Money is an illusion. The planes, these apartments, these houses, these mansions is an illusion. Fast food, these restaurants, everything in the whole world is an illusion. The pool is an illusion. Everything is an illusion except love. Like, that's why love is the last hope, the last truth for humanity, to be honest. Because that's something that's not bought, you know? That's something that's cultivated from within, naturally, by God. So I'm saying, imagine that, and that's why sometimes it's real difficult for us to realize that. And that's why, honestly, we do desire to go and live in a beach area, beach environment, away from the city, a blue area, an increased natural environment. And I'm grateful for where I am now. Honestly, I'm going step by step. I'm just saying I'm desiring and I'm reminding myself that we have the capability and possibility to move towards traveling and placing ourselves in new, amazing environments, natural environments that serve us. So I'm just saying, imagine that, and that's why sometimes the whole money thing and everything can be very stressful, because it's like, everybody's the same. And I say that in a sense that, no, not everybody is going to be speaking and talking at the same time, the same words. Like, no, okay? And no, not everybody has the same skin. Not everybody has the same parents. Not everybody has the same experiences. Not everybody has the same car, clothes. You know what I mean about that, okay? Okay, we're all the same, and at the same time, we're all very different because we're unique, Nobody's me and nobody's you. So, but anyways, I'm saying we all have a similar core that we come from, We all bleed red. We all have a heart, you know what I'm saying? And eyes. So that's what I'm saying about that. And we're all designed to consume and eat nature, organic, live, enzyme-rich, vegan, plant-based food. Spring water, alkaline water, that too, natural juices, I'm saying that's it. So that's why sometimes, it's overwhelming at times, because it's like nobody wants to be sitting around stuck in traffic. I know I don't. I don't like being out in traffic. I honestly don't like it at all. It's very draining, when a place is only 10 or 15 minutes away without traffic, and then guess what? The 9 to 5 rush, 4:35, 5:30, 6, everybody is getting out of their 9 to 5 to go to home, to go to their, meeting, to go to eat, whatever, dinner, whatever it is. But everybody's out on the highway, and it's busy, and it takes forever, because it's a big illusion in that in itself, because I'll be out there, it's hot in the car, and we're at a standstill. And sometimes in my head, I'm like, wow, why don't we all just park our car and just leave our cars and just talk with one another, Why are we so divided and separated, is what I'm saying, And I'm aware life can be a mirror in a way, and I'm not perfect. I'm still figuring all this stuff out, because some of this stuff is deep, and sometimes know how to express it all the way, but I'm working on it. But yeah, like, and that's why it's very difficult because, a lot of us that are awakening, what I mean, we're barely keeping our head above water, you know, to do our best to not focus on bills, and at the same time, it's still responsibility, because guess what? In the store, Walmart, Whole Foods, wherever you go, the list goes on, anywhere. Guess what? It's money. Money, 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 money. Only time I've gotten free food is on the occasion of, being with family. All the, family, not even occasion. Yeah, it's family, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we're gonna make food or get treated to food, prepare food freely, you know, with family. And then also at the same time, from the food pantry, you know, food pantry and even homelessness too, and even jail too, free food. But out in the city, out in public, out in this world, guess what? That ain't the case. And it's been a hard lesson to learn, because I've been homeless. I got to the point I was living by myself, especially after this vegan transformation. And, I really was awakening a lot. And I started to slow down a lot because I was like, wait a minute. I don't want to be living my life how I thought I wanted to live my life, I'm desiring to learn more about myself, to be out in the sun, to get some sunlight, to charge my body up, to just chill, to breathe, you know. And I ended up leaving a few jobs, and it got to the point after being a year living by myself, I gave up on my rent, and I was about to get evicted, but I left before that, you know. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and leave. And I left, and I was homeless for a little while. And that sucked too, because I remember a lady in the barber shop, she saw my face, she was like, why are you in here? You're not supposed to be in here, And it was honestly very inspiring because when I was in there, I was literally like the youngest person in there. I didn't fit in at all, and I didn't like it at all. It smelled nasty, it was nasty, it was toxic, depressing. It's like, it's a low moment, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad to have risen out of that predicament, and I'm aware now of how to prevent that from ever happening by taking responsibility. But I'm saying I know what it's like, though, on that journey, voyage, that mindset, that feeling. That's why I'm desiring to move to a beach area, to be honest, or a really consistently sunny, natural environment. But anyways, like, the whole money thing is just like, wow. It's hard for me to comprehend it because part of me is like, oh, guess what? All these celebrities have all this money, you know what I mean? All these rappers, all these musicians, all these actors and artists and athletes and politicians and, drug dealers and all these people have all of this money. All of this money, 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 And that's why it's a big war between inside of us, because it's like we sometimes get caught up in comparison, which is a big thief. And the other part is like, oh, guess what, Sky? Who cares? Money's an illusion, To be honest, most people don't even need the stuff, Buying a book, buying a tire for your car, buying a knick-knack doll, you know what I'm saying? Like, buying a light bulb, buying material possessions is something that has been very difficult, has been a release, honestly, for me, because I used to be very materialistic, and now it's like the opposite, where I see no value in the materialistic stuff because I'm not going to be bringing any of this stuff when I die, and none of it even matters, quite honestly. But in this simulation world or whatever, it's a great vehicle, a great tool, to have that stuff. But on the deeper level, we know we don't need it. I don't need a car. I don't need a watch. I don't need a chain. I don't need earrings. I don't need a lot of that stuff. Scissors, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know. I've cleaned out so much stuff. I've donated a lot of stuff to charity, to be honest, when I moved again, when we moved. And that's why I see this whole money thing, because I'd be like, man, all I desire is just to enjoy herbs freely, no fear of sirens, no fear of police, no fear of shootings, no fear of violence, no fear or worries or any type of troubles of those matters at all. I desire to be in an environment where the whole environment is accepting of our enjoyment of herbs, and our freedom to do so long as we continue the peace, That's what I desire, and just to serve like that, And that's why I haven't watched TV. That's why I threw my TV away. I don't get on social media like that, and if I do, it's just I'm plugged into a particular health, wellness world and my people, because guess what? It's drama everywhere. The TV, that's why I threw it out. Guess what? Reality TV shows, violence, drama, scandals, paparazzi, just crap that don't even matter. You know what I mean? Who cares about what the Kardashians doing? Who cares about what Kanye West is doing? Who cares? Who cares? Why don't you focus that energy on improving yourself instead of looking obsessively at these so-called celebrities? Because guess what? Kim Kardashian takes a dump on the toilet. Kanye West does too. All these people do. The list goes on and on of celebrities. We all do. You know what I'm saying? We all take a poop on the toilet. We all get thirsty to drink water. We all get tired to desire to sleep. You know what I'm saying? We all sweat. That's why I say we're all the same, So that's what I was saying about that, and, just what's the need for it? Sometimes, generally, really and truly, I feel like the world just needs to just eliminate money and just come together. Like, do I expect that to happen? No, I don't. You know what I mean? I really don't. But my hopeful alpha vibes this early day as I wake up, of course I'm going to say that. I desire for that to happen, for everybody to come out of their apartments here, everybody to come out of their houses, mansions, everywhere else in the world, everybody to come out of their offices, their jobs, their fast food restaurants, their workplaces, the banks, everything, and imagine the whole world standing outside on the streets, in the grass, in nature, and just like a big field day for like a whole day where everybody just stopped working and came outside for once, Imagine a big sea of people holding hands, not even holding hands. Imagine them talking, conversating, conversing, whatever, speaking, or even just being. They don't even all have to talk or give each other a hug, but just imagine just stopping the work, stopping the lie, the living illusion, just to come out is what I'm saying. Not even to give everybody none of that stuff. Do I expect that? No. I'm just saying imagine that. It sounds amazing, Imagine none of this stuff. Imagine all the criminals in jail and prison, everybody out, and imagine also the loss of any type of thought of fear, of any type of violence, any type of drama, any type of conflict. Imagine everybody finally, just for once in the planet, for once, being able to just listen to one another. So-called every type of color, race, creed, nationality, language, job, social status, money status, age, weight, orientation, sexual orientation, gender, everything. Imagine everybody just shuts up and actually listens to each other. Imagine that, truthfully, in a loving, respectful, aware, conscious manner. Imagine that. That's what I imagine and dream of. Imagine people not rushing out of the car complex over speed bumps like that, going 60 miles an hour. Imagine that. Imagine that. So that's what I have to say about that. You know, life is deep. Just imagine the world beyond the illusion. It's your boy Sky, broadcasting live